Welcome to Gettin Geeky. I'm Gina Schreck.
And I'm the Schrecklet.
And she's here to give
Rules for parents.
So there is a dilemma today with parents being online and kids being online and sharing the same social sites.
Yes.
And you and I have been connected for quite a while. Since you were...
Yes, you had a Facebook before I did.
I did. And Twitter before you. As a matter of fact, I tried to convince you Twitter was the way, and now...
I'm addicted to Twitter.
She's totally a Twit addict. But, so we have an unusual relationship because we've been connected on Facebook, and I think I'm following you. I know you're not following me on Twitter.
No.
I'm in therapy over it. I tell my therapist my daughter won't connect with me. But Taylor's connected with me she's connected with me on Twitter.
Instagram.
Pinterest. Do you follow my boards on Pinterest?
I try not to.
She tries not to. And I know you block my content on Facebook.
Yes.
But we are friends on Facebook. So we might be a little unusual in the sense that we are kind of connected on social sites. That's not typical, though, is it?
No, it's not.
But I think it's recommended. I think it's recommended. So, and I want, not because you're 16, so it's a little different if just now I tried to connect with you or friend you. I always say, you have to friend your kids when they still like you. So that's rule, that's my rule. But you're going to give us a couple rules. If parents, maybe they have a child who's 12, 13 years old, just now exploring starting a Facebook page. And I think, the number one thing is you have to have a relationship before you start an online connection. Don't look at Facebook as a way to fix a troubled relationship between parents.
Because it's only going to make it worse.
It will totally. If you're there, yeah. So we'll go into that. But so let's say that you're going to allow your child to be on Facebook. I would say it's a very good idea to you be their number one friend, the first friend, because you know what, baby, I should always be your number one friend. Because you know what, friends will come and go, but I will always be.
Was I supposed to finish that? I don't know that one.
I don't know that.
Hold on, wait.
I don't know that. I don't know that story. I'll tell it to you tonight.
Thanks, Mom. On Twitter.
I'll tweet it to you.
You'll write it on my
wall.
wall.
Bedtime story. Okay, so I know I'm cracking myself up, but you have 5 rules for parents for better online relationships.
Yes.
Rule number 1. Okay, so what is rule number 1?
Rule number 1 is don't stalk your kids.
What?
Don't be creepy. Don't start a Facebook page just to stalk or creep on your kid.
That is good. Actually is a good point. If you're already on Facebook as a parent and you're wanting to connect to teach, because to me, it's important for parents to teach their young Schrecklets online responsibility, how to manage your online brand as a child, online safety, all those things are important. But don't just create it so you can say, I want to create an account so I can log in and check on what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think I did that in the beginning. Like I was just so excited to see your social world. Now I don't care.
Which brings us to the next rule.
Rule number 2.
Don't like or comment on every single thing your child posts.
I did that.
You're
one.
guilty.
I used to be guilty of it. I don't do it anymore. You taught me this one.
Yes. She would like and comment on every single thing I posted.
Because
it was Schreck likes Bailey Schreck's photo. Like
it was so witty. It was so witty, or you were so cute.
It's not okay to like or comment on every one of your kids' posts. No matter how cute they look or how funny you think they are, don't like it.
Resist the urge.
Yes, it's embarrassing to them, and you're embarrassing yourself.
And you probably get excited because you go, oh, look, 18 notifications.
Mom.
Yeah,
no.
Not good. Okay. And I did have to learn that, and I stopped.
Yes, thank goodness.
Yeah, thank goodness. So now I just look at, actually, I very rarely even look at your page.
Which is okay. You don't need to be checking my page. It's probably not that interesting to you anyway.
It's really not. But that's a good rule. Okay. Rule number 3.
Don't friend your kids' friends.
Yeah, that is wrong.
Creepy.
Creepy. Parents should never friend. Well, you know what? I'm gonna actually throw a caveat in. Parents should never friend the friends of their friends, their kids, their friend, whatever.
But friends.
I should not reach out to your friends and offer to connect with them. Your
true.
friends, for some reason,
they think you're awesome. They connected with her.
It's weird, but your friends did, and I had a lot of your friends want to connect with me, and some of them I just didn't. Now, some of them I did because they were your close friends, and I thought, you know, if ever there was a time I needed to get a hold of you, or
but close friends, not the kid in my science class.
But the rule is, adults should never friend other kids. It's just wrong. And it can get you into trouble as a parent, so I say that's a good rule to follow. Just don't do it. Rule number 4.
Don't tag your kids in photos that they don't want to be up. You have to have their consent.
So basically you're saying parents can't tag their kids in that cute little picture of you in a bunny suit at Easter?
Even if you think the picture is really cute, don't upload it or don't tag them in it if you haven't asked them first.
And that is true. And I actually had to change one of the settings on Facebook to say I want to approve any picture that somebody tags me in before it goes on my page because Taylor.
Yes.
Taylor, our own beloved Taylor, my older daughter,
to post really unattractive or really embarrassing pictures of us, and I don't know why.
I don't know why either, but she tags us in the most unflattering pictures, and so I had to set that setting, which you can go in
I think is a little extreme, but whatever floats your boat.
It floated my boat because I didn't want her showing the backside of me that was the size of a boat.
Oh, please.
But I do think that's a good rule, and parents sometimes get excited and they want to tag their kids in all the pictures. What you may not realize is when you tag them on that picture, it now puts it on their wall and all their friends see it.
All their friends see it, and even though you think the picture is super cute and they look so good, don't tag them in the picture.
How about the little cute one of you when you were naked on the bearskin rug?
As fun as that is, too.
Don't do it.
Do it.
All right. So that's a good rule. That's rule number 4.
Yes.
Rule number 5. I'm going to actually take this rule. And this is something that's kind of a sticky situation for some parents and their teens if the relationship isn't good. So it goes back to number 1. Well, it wasn't really a rule, but it was kind of my rule of having a good relationship. Passwords. This is about sharing passwords. Now, some parents, they demand that their kids give them their password.
Which is
weird.
Controlling. Control freak.
Well, and not only is it controlling, but I think it hurts the relationship. If it's because what is my motive
well, it's
for wanting
showing that you don't trust them.
Right. Which there's a lot of parents who don't, though.
So then don't.
You shouldn't be connected on Facebook.
Yes.
Again, take your therapy offline.
Exactly.
So that's probably the rule. But here's my thought around passwords. There have been many cases that are scary that a child disappears and or worse, something happens to that child, and all of a sudden other people start writing on the Facebook page of the child. The parent can't get in to stop the comments, or the parents can't get into the Facebook because they don't know the password. Facebook has implemented some measures that parents can petition to get the password and shut down a page. However, what we've done, again, because we have such a good relationship, you have really white teeth. I paid for those. Anyway.
I brushed them.
But anyway, we actually had a thing where all of us wrote our passwords on a piece of paper. We put them in separate envelopes, sealed the envelopes, and we
signed.
I was like, what's the word I'm looking for? We signed our names across the sealed part of the envelope. So if I snuck in and saw her password, she would know. But we put them in a file, and it's for emergency situations only.
Don't use it against your kid. Don't log in. Don't read their messages.
But let's say something happened to me. I was in a car accident. I was in a coma for 20 years. And you wanted to get into my Facebook. You wanted to get into my Facebook. You wanted to get into my email. You wanted to get into my... 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 You password on my Facebook.
Because that'd be the first thing.
Because that would be
I'd
that
do.
should
Yeah,
be the
of course.
first thing, so you could update my status.
Hey, in the hospital.
In a coma.
That's not funny. Why
You're
are we
12.
laughing?
I know.
It's
That's not funny.
It's not funny.
But if it did, would you update my status at least once a year, giving updates?
So,
But you could go in, which actually is a really interesting dilemma for a lot of people now. You have all these online platforms going.
and once you're gone,
Once you're gone, your
They're
platforms
still
are
there.
still there. And if you've set up some tweets scheduled,
it's creepy.
that's weird. So we have this agreement that I will never look in that password, even though you've told me your password.
But you don't remember
I
it.
can't remember it, but you've told me your password, and you know my passwords. If you
Yeah.
can remember them, because mine are always weird. But we have that agreement that if something were to happen, we can go find that password in that envelope and able to go. So I would recommend that, again, do this when your kids are young, when your kids still like you. Because if they get to the point where the relationship is bad, this
Then
whole
the whole
online
thing's
thing
bad.
is bad. So
Bad.
yeah. So these are really good rules, and I appreciate, and I know other parents appreciate, you sharing your wisdom.
I do what I can.
So, parents, behave online.
And kids,
Don't get blocked from your kids.
bear with your parents.
Bear with us. We're just learning. We're just learning. So, should we go Pinterest?
Let's do it.
Let's go. So, keep getting geeky.